Hello, this is Dr. Webster. Some of you know that I recently lost my older brother, and he died from very aggressive pancreatic cancer. And so I'm going to go through a series of videos with you, and I've been on a path, I've been on a journey trying to learn what I can to help myself and share it with other people that I love and care about, and of course my patients. But cancer, heart disease, and diabetes are rampant in my family. It's taken both parents, a grandparent, an uncle, some cousins. And so it's really, I've just got to figure out what in the world I can do about this. And so I'm going to talk to you over the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks on different things that I've learned. And I'm going to make some comments, and I'm always going to have a reference for it. But if you have any questions or concerns, or if you think I'm incorrect, you feel free to reach out to me. And I'll have Hannah put my contact information here. And if you have any advice, I want you to share it with me. So I've got some notes here, and we're going to start talking this week about cancer. So cancer, is there any kind of emotional component to cancer? There's something called epigenetics. Epigenetics, the definition is outside of the DNA, which means all of us have markers, if you will. All of us are prone to get these different diseases, but epigenetics states that what you think about, what you do to your body and for your body can actually override your genetics. Epigenetics. And so I think about that. Well, Dr. Bruce Lipton did a research article. He's a Harvard grad, he's a PhD, he's one of the leaders in the field of medical epigenetic research. He had some embryonic cells, they were all identical cells. He took these cells and put them into 3 different types of petri dishes that had 3 different environments in it. So these identical cells, one cell, this group of cells grew a certain tissue, this group of cells grew a different kind of tissue, and this group grew still another kind of tissue. So the genes of the cell were the same. These cells were, the same person, but different environments, it grew different things. So that says, wow. So his thing is, your genes are definitely important, but your environment is way more important, or maybe not way more, but just as important. So let's talk about cancer and your epigenetics. When I say epigenetics or the environment, we think of environment as the wind and the sun and all this. I mean the environment of your body, mental environment, physical environment. So I made some notes, and I want to talk about that. Your mindset. Your mindset, you process thoughts every day continuously. I've made videos about, what is your dominant thought right now. If you are a person and your dominant thought is always kind of down or always worried or always stressed, that's not a good environment for your cells. That's not a good environment for you. If you are always thinking about what could go wrong and what may go wrong, then that's not a good environment for you to have. You got to work on your mind. And I know we got COVID-19 right now, and a lot of us are stressed. I'm a small businessman, and we're feeling it. And my hat goes off to all of you who are working in the trenches trying to get us over this thing, and I thank you and I applaud you. But those of us, we can't give up. We've got to know that this is not the end. We're going to bounce back. We're going to be stronger and better. And so don't let the stress of COVID-19 get the best of you, because internalizing stress over a long period of time will damage your body. It'll damage your body's ability to fight back and come back. It'll weaken your immune system. I got an article here that the brain study links negative emotions and lowered immunity. So if you get stressed and worried, I have some healthcare workers that are patients, and they're seeing an uptick of different conditions people are having, and a lot of it is secondary to stress. So try not to. I know I don't have a crystal ball, but I think we're going to get out of it soon. So hang in there with me. But your dominant thought can cause you to feel a certain way. Like if you have a thought that comes up into your mind, and the more you think that thought, you can feel your body. You can feel your body anatomy and physiology change. You got to stop that. You got to pattern interrupt. You got to figure out how not to have those negative, stressful thoughts, because that affects your environment. Okay, so the first talk today, we're talking about your mindset. You got to talk to yourself in positive, encouraging ways. Like I recommend you watch a documentary. There's something on Netflix, and it's called Heal. And it's a documentary of different patients who've had different conditions, and through a lot of different natural methods and some medical methods, don't get me wrong, they were able to overcome their diseases after they had been told they were permanent. So it begins with your mind. Now, this is my journey. Like I said, I've got cancer, diabetes, heart disease in my life. So I'm going to share with you what I think is important if you have this in your genetics. And so if you have anybody that has heart disease, cancer, diabetes, you may want to have them follow me. And like I said before, I'm not going to say anything that I can't find in the literature, but there's a lot of things that people need to know, and I wish the healthcare profession would tell people more about these things. So I'm going to share what I'm learning and what I'm doing for John Webster. This is my journey, and I just want to share it with you. So that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Work on your thoughts. If you're stressed and worried, try to stop that somehow. Just get out, move around, walk around, get in the mirror and talk to yourself, smile, all those things. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.